Our capacity to love another person depends on our capacity of loving oneself. If we do not have peace, joy within ourselves, we have nothing to share. We cannot make another person peaceful, happy. And therefore, it's very important that we practice so that we will have the element of peace, of stability, of freedom, of happiness in ourselves. Otherwise, we would have nothing to share. We cannot make another person happy if we are not happy ourselves. It's truly the teaching of the Buddha on love. So Maitri can be translated as la bienveillance, loving kindness, the capacity of bringing happiness to one person, to one of these 5 persons. And if there is no Maitri, your love cannot be called true love. A kind of love that can only bring sorrow and anger is not true love. The second aspect of true love is karuna. Karuna means the capacity of removing the pain in the person you love, transforming the pain in the person you love. This may be translated as compassion. But compassion is not the perfect word for karuna, because compassion is made of the prefix kom, together, and passion should suffer. You don't really need to suffer in order to remove the suffering from the other person, like a doctor. He doesn't have to suffer the same kind of disease of his patient, and yet he can help his patient remove the pain in himself or herself. So karuna is like that. Karuna is the willingness and also the capacity of removing the pain in the object of your love. And the object of your love may be yourself. When we look deeply into the nature of our love, we find out whether there is the element called karuna, compassion in it. If compassion, karuna doesn't exist in our love, it's not true love. It's the kind of love that can only bring suffering, attachment, slavery, despair. And then the third aspect, the third element of true love is mudita. Mudita means joy. True love always brings joy to you and to the person you love. If your love is not bringing joy to you and to the person you love, it's not true love. You have to work to transform it. If you only cry, if the other person also cry, then it's not true love. And the fourth element of true love is upeksha. It means equanimity. It means freedom. Equanimity means no discrimination. When we love someone, and yet that someone can retain his or her freedom to be himself, to be herself, and that person doesn't feel that she is in prison, the prison called love. She has space around her to move around. She has space within her heart. That's upeksha. And if your love deprive yourself and deprive the other as freedom, of space, that's not true love. So love in such a way that you can preserve your freedom and the freedom of the person you love. That is true love. That is upeksha. So the definition of love in Buddhism is very clear. Of course, when we practice looking deeply into the nature of our love, we may recognize these four elements, but they are still very small. And the opposite nature of these four things may be more important. That does not mean that we have to throw our love away, to stop loving. That means only that you have to practice looking deeply into the nature of our love and practice so that the element of maitri will grow every day. The element of karuna will grow every day. The element of mudita, joy, and the element of freedom, upeksha, grow every day. And the more these four elements grow, the happier you become. The happier the person you love become.